Welcome to the Immortal Art Podcast. I'm your host, Eldin. This podcast is about the stories of art, from its creation in caves to contemporary art. On this podcast, I will talk about paintings, films, architecture, sculpture, poetry, music, theater, dance, photography, all of it. I will talk about art made by artificial intelligence as well. You will hear about great names such as Michelangelo Buonarroti or Pablo Picasso or Frida Kahlo, as well as lesser known but equally important artists. On this podcast, you will learn about many art theories and art schools. This podcast will explore the evolution of art from its origins to the present day. The episodes of this podcast are in video format, or to be more accurate, episodes are presented as a series of photographs and reproductions of the artwork in the discussion. In this episode, I want to take a few moments to introduce myself. Now, to this podcast you may notice that I have an accent. I'm Bosnian living in Sweden for a decade now, and I write and record this podcast in English. In my head, I don't have an accent. When people hear me speaking English or Swedish, even Bosnian, they notice my accent, and most of the time they ask me where I'm from. I like to play with them the guessing game. They never guess where I'm from. They told me that I sound Finnish, Russian, Polish, Icelandic. They told me that I sound somebody like from Faroe Islands, even Greenland, especially when they hear my name. On all Scandinavian languages, Eld means fire. Some people have asked me if I took my name from the Lord of the Rings books. I love the books, so it's a great compliment. On my left hand, I have a tattoo that goes around like a ring. It's on Tengwar, the Elvish language. It is the full name of my daughter. One to rule them all. Anyway, my name is of Arabic origin and it means the faith or the faithful. From an early age, I knew that art is my calling and I've been studying art since I was 15. Instead of attending regular high school, I studied a secondary art school. I chose to draw, paint and make prints, and I have developed my skills over the years. By the way, I'm 38 now. I also published a book that very few people read. I know all the people personally who bought the book. The novel is in Bosnian. My second book is a collection of 27 short stories, but they are not published yet. I'm writing my third novel, also in English, for the past 15 years or so. I also make films. I call them video poems due to the absence of a more fitting term. At the secondary art school, and later at the Academy of Art in Sarajevo, and much later in Gothenburg, I studied art history. I have also studied sociology, and my hobby is history. It helps with the understanding of the cultural context behind art. I love stories about the hidden and secret lives of great works of art. That is what I will share with you. If you don't mind my accent, the sound of my voice, and how I speak in English, and if you love art, I invite you to stay and listen to what I have prepared. With the Immortal Art Podcast, my aim is to take you on a voyage through time and geography. I will talk about art from all over the world, from different cultures, countries, different eras, from Western classical masterpieces to modern and contemporary art. I want to talk how art has influenced society and culture since the first cave paintings. You will not only hear about boring dates, you will hear stories, anecdotes, interesting facts. For example, I will tell you why the medieval period in Europe is called that way. Victorian historians in early 1800s named it medieval period because they noticed that it fell roughly between their own era and the fall of Roman Empire, a sort of middle period between two empires, the Roman and the British Empire. I will share anecdotes, like the one about Picasso making two of his lovers fight in front of him in his studio while he was painting Guernica. In this podcast, I will share my knowledge, research, and personal perspectives to show you the artistic triumphs, struggles, and legacies that have shaped the art world as we know it. I will talk about the artistic styles too. As long as you love art and want to know about the history of art, the Immortal Art Podcast is for you. I hope this podcast will help you to understand art. I hope you will appreciate the masterpieces that have stood test of time and became immortal. With Immortal Art Podcast, you will discover the impact of art on our lives and the world around us. In upcoming episodes, I will talk about the stories behind artworks, lives of artists, and historical background. I hope you will discover hidden gems of art history. In this podcast, I will also have interviews. Throughout this podcast, I will also have interviews. Some of the interviews will be with artists or researchers or somebody who will appreciate art, or I will figure it out on the way. Just trust me on this. I don't know how long or short the episodes will be. I know that my goal is to upload them weekly for you to enjoy. I need to do research, write it down, and record it. This takes time. The logo of the Immortal Art Podcast was done by me. It's outline of my right hand. I'm left-handed, by the way. If you are as passionate about art and art history as I am, I invite you to support the Immortal Art Podcast on Patreon. By becoming a patron, you will gain exclusive benefits such as early access to episodes, bonus content, and the opportunity to suggest topics for the future episodes. It will take some time for the podcast to cover the art of our contemporaries or those close to us. As I said, this podcast will be an art history podcast from the beginning of art. Your support on Patreon allows me to dedicate more time and resources to researching, producing, and improving the podcast. I will also ensure that I continue to upload episodes on a regular basis, weekly hopefully. I will in time make a website too, but I need to know how this will turn out. So, get ready for the journey of exploration and discovery of art and history of art. Stay tuned for the upcoming episodes where we will dive headfirst together into the world of art. Thank you for joining and listening. You can reach me at the Immortal Art Podcast at gmail.com. That's it for now.